Hello, my dear friends. This is Professor Chetan Daga. Today, we are going to take up the next part of the first module, that is part B for Introduction to Communication. Yesterday, we have already discussed some of the parts. We were discussing about the types of communication, and we have discussed about verbal communication in detail. So, today, we are going to discuss the non-verbal communication, the continuation of the yesterday's part. So, yes, non-verbal communication we were discussing around. And non-verbal communication is a message we send to others without using any words. That is what an important point is. So non-verbal is something which we do not use any words. We just give some signals, we give some messages through expressions, gestures and body postures. So that is what is non-verbal communication. So this non-verbal communication, you can just have a bite of it, that how this works. So see, we have shown here the expressions what we show, the posture, the gestures what we give, the touch how we give, the space between the people, the eye contact. All these things give different meanings for the communication. So just whenever you are into a communication, you remember that how communication is important. So this communication is important because this non-verbal communication is important because 55% of communication is dependent on non-verbal communication. Only 7% of the communication is verbal, that is through words, that is by writing or speaking something. All other things depends on the non-verbal part. What are your gestures, what are your expressions, how you talk is not important, how you behave is important. The signals you give, the signals you pass on, many of the things give different meanings about your gestures. So we have to have an important and overview of this non-verbal communication. So already the figure shows that 55% of communication is non-verbal, only 7% is verbal communication. So guys, so let's discuss about types of non-verbal communication. Which are the types of non-verbal communication wherein we need to take up for doing the communication, making the communication most successful one. So just have a look over there that we have around 7 types of non-verbal communication discussed in this module. The first thing is facial expressions. Facial expression many a times shows the feelings of a person. What type of expression you give shows the feeling. What type of expression the face shows you, that is when you're happy you laugh or smile. The charm always there is on the face. When you're sad, you see the tiring eyes, your nervousness shows on your face. If you're angry, your face shows that you are angry and you're having angriness. You do not tell anyone that I'm happy, I'm angry. It shows, the gesture shows. That's why whenever you're far off, you need to send messages that I am happy, I am sad. When you are face to face, you can watch the expressions, and that shows the. That is what I wanted to say. That 55% falls on non-verbal communication. Now, how we have to do? What we have to do? What type of facial expression we should have to make a communication most successful and effective? So as you have said, keep your face relaxed. Keep your face always relaxed. Whenever you communicate, especially when you go for a job, whenever you give an interview, or whenever you speak to anyone who is above you, or it may be any elder, or it may be any teacher, or it may be any, in your profession, it may be a higher officer or anyone. Or maybe you're a business person, and to your clients, you need to speak. You should have a face normal, relaxed face. Your face should not show any of the gestures which shows that what you feel. So try to match your expression with what you're saying. When you say anything regarding, say if you have watched a match yesterday, and you want to say you are happy that India won the match, and while giving the expression you say, oh, India won the match, your words and your expressions going with it? It doesn't go. So whenever you say anything, your expressions of your face and what you speak should match to each other. India wins the match, and with expression gives thumbs up to your communication. So India wins the match. This is what expression you give when you speak, but your facial expression should have a charm that shows that you are happy that India has won the match. You are saying India wins the match, but your facial expression shows that you are not happy about India winning the match. That gives a wrong message. So that is an important part of the facial expression which I wanted to say. So whenever you meet a person, whenever you give whenever you greet anyone, if you meet anyone and you say good morning, good evening, whatever, and keeping a red hot face, if you say good morning, that doesn't give a proper insane. So whenever you talk to any person, keep your face expression relaxed, normal, and say good morning. That will give a better effective, that will make an effective communication. Red faced and you go to a person and say good morning, the person understands you are saying by words good morning, but you want your expression shows that he's bad, his morning should always be bad. So facial expressions talks more. So that's why we send emojis on WhatsApp, which gives different expressions. If you want to say, in WhatsApp you cannot see each other, so you send emojis. That if you're happy, you send a happy face. If you're sad, you say sad face. If you're angry, you send a red faced. So those expressions. So expressions speak a lot. The next part is posture. Postures are the positions of the body, your body language. They show how our confidence and feelings. For example, a straight body posture is seen as confidence. Holding your head by maybe takes as tiredness. See, there are two figures over here shown. One is a straight body posture, another is a person holding his hand on his head. So this posture shows that you may be thinking of something, or you may be nervous of something, and this posture shows you are confident. So you should remember what type of posture you want to have to make a communication effective. So what we need to do, you should keep your upper body relaxed. You keep your upper body relaxed. Do not bend your body or do not make it more stiff. Keep your upper body relaxed. Shoulders should always be straight. That shows how confident you are. Whenever you sit straight. Rest hands on your thighs. Feet in relaxed position. The feet should always be in the relaxed position. The feet should not move. When the feet moves, it shows many of the messages. If your feet is moving around, it shows that you are nervous. If your feet is doing some dancing over there while sitting, that shows you are not interested to sit there or whatever as such. So keep your feet in the relaxed position. Keep hands by your sides while standing. So these are the postures what you have to show. Do not bend or should give such a posture where you are making the communication ineffective. So words speak less. The gestures, the postures, the facial expressions speak more. The third part is gestures or body language. Gestures describe movements of the body, parts of the body, especially hands or head. To express an idea or meaning, this includes waving, pointing, and using our hands when speaking. For example, raising a hand may mean asking a question. Biting nails shows nervousness. So raising a hand in the class, if you are raising a hand, it shows that you want to ask a question. Yes, it's a gesture. You need not, or you want to say something in the class. That's why you have raised your hand. Do you just start blowing that? Hey, I want to ask the question, sir, teacher. It doesn't give a proper communication idea. So whenever you want to ask anything in the class, just raise your hand. That automatically a teacher understands that the guy or the girl wants to say something or wants to ask something related to the topic or anything as such. So gestures are fall very important part for an effective communication. Then biting nails show nervousness. So whenever you bite nail sitting somewhere, it shows nervousness. So do not do that biting of nails. It's a very bad gesture while communicating. So what we have to do? Which are the best gestures? Avoid pointing at people. Never point out. Never show your finger to anyone. That's a bad gesture. Instead of keeping your hands in pocket while talking, try to keep your hands in the sides. So please, that is an important. Whenever we see many students are doing this wrong attitude, that they will be keeping their hands in their pockets and speaking to some teacher, or maybe speaking to someone, even their parents or anyone else. So that is again a wrong posture. What they are doing, they need not do this. Please instead of keeping your hands in pocket, just make them relax, keep them aside. That's more than enough. You need not keep your hands in your pocket. That shows an egoistic nature of your, maybe you are not egoistic, but the gesture shows that you are egoistic. So please never ever keep your hand in your pocket while speaking to anyone. This is again an important part of non-verbal communication. So then whenever you are speaking to someone, it may be your teacher, or it may be any of your friend or parents, or anyone in your profession, just bend a bit. Bend, it seems you do not bend your body, you just bend your head slightly, maybe 10 to 20 degree, little, while talking or listening to anyone. That shows that you are paying attention. So yavaglu, whenever you are talking to someone, just bend 10 to 20 degree your head. So that will show that the other person thinks that yes, this person is very interested in in my talk, and he can be very open to speak to you. So that is what the things go on. So let me tell this in your language, that is Kannada language too. Some of you have commented me to tell even in Kannada, sir. ಸೊ ನೋಡಿ, ಫೇಶಿಯಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ನೀವು ಹೇಗಿಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಕಾಮ್, ಕೂಲ್ ಫೇಸ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎನಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಗಿವ್ಸ್ wrong meaning whenever you go for a job interview, or whenever you are in a profession, or when you are in a college, or talking to anyone. So your facial expressions speak more than your words. So ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೀಪ್ ಯುವರ್ ಫೇಸ್ ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫೇಸನ್ನು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿಡಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ, ನೀವು ಏನು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಮತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಎರಡೂ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ನೀವು ಮಾತಾಡುವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂತಂದರೆ ದಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದನ್ನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕೇಳಲ್ಲ ಜನ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ನೀವು ಏನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕಂತಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ದೇರ್ಫೋರ್ ಅದು ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟು. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಅಗ್ರಿ ವಿತ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್, ಯು ಮೇ ನಾಟ್ ವೈಲ್ ಲಿಸ್ನಿಂಗ್, ವಿಚ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಅಸೆಂಟ್. ಯಾರೋ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಕೇಳಿದರು, ನೀವು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಡ್ಡನ್ನು ಶೇಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅದು ಅಗ್ರಿ ಆಗ್ತಿರೋ ಇಲ್ವೋ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ನಾಡ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ವೇಸ್, ಇಟ್ ಸೇಸ್ ಎಸ್. ಇಫ್ ಯು ನಾಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ವೇಸ್, ಇಟ್ ಸೇಸ್ ನೋ. ಸೊ ನೋಡಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫೇಸ್ ಬರೀ ಎಸ್ ನೋ ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕೂ ನಿಮ್ಗೇನು ಹೇಳೋದು ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಬರೀ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಗೆಸ್ಚರ್ಗಳೇ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫೇಶಿಯಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ಲೇ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ನೀವು ಏನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕಂತಿದ್ದೀರೋ ಅಂತ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಫೇಶಿಯಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ನ ತರೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮೊದಲು ಒಂದು ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ ಇಫೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗೋವಲ್ಲಿ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಥಿಂಕ್ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್. ಮತ್ತು ಪೋಸ್ಚರ್, ಬಾಡಿ ಪೋಸ್ಚರ್ ಹೇಗಿರಬೇಕು, ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಇರಬೇಕು, ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ಟಿಫ್ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು, ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಶೋಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಸಾಕು. ಶೋಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಸಾಕು. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿ ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಲಿ. ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ ಆವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿ ಬೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರಬಾರ್ದು, ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಮತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಥೈಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಟ್ಟರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದೇ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಸೈಡ್ ವೇಸ್ ಇಡಿ, ನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಬಟ್ ಡು ನಾಟ್ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಆರ್ ಆಸ್ ಸಚ್, ದಟ್ ಗಿವ್ಸ್ ಅ ರಾಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್. ಮತ್ತು ಫೀಟ್ಸ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲುಗಳನ್ನು ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಆಗಿಡಿ. ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆನ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಥಿಂಕ್ ಆಫ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲು ತುಂಬ ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ದೆನ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಬೈ ಯುವರ್ ಸೈಡ್ ವೇಸ್ ವೈಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್. ಯಾವಾಗ ನಿಂತಿರ್ತೀರಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿರುವಾಗ ಸೈಡ್ ವೇಸ್ ಇಡಿ ಕೈಗಳನ್ನು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೈಗಳನ್ನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಓಕೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಬಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಅಗೇನ್ ದಟ್ ಗಿವ್ಸ್ ಸಮ್ ರಾಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಸೆನ್ಸ್. ಮತ್ತು ಗೆಸ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಯಾರನ್ನ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. ಡು ನಾಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಟು ಎನಿವನ್. ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಬಳ್ಳು ತೋರಿಸ್ಬೇಡ್ರಿ. ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಬಳ್ಳು ತೋರಿಸ್ಬೇಡ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್, ಬಳ್ಳು ತೋರಿಸ್ಬೇಡ್ರಿ. ಮತ್ತು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೀಪಿಂಗ್ ಯುವರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಪಾಕೆಟ್, ಕೀಪ್ ದೆಮ್ ಅ ಸೈಡ್. ಅದೇ ನೀವು ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಮಾತಾಡುವಾಗ ನಿಂತಿರ್ತೀರಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೋಬಲ್ಲಿ ಕೈ ಹಾಕಿ ನಿಲ್ಬೇಡಿ. ದಟ್ ಗಿವ್ಸ್ ಅ ರಾಂಗ್ ಇನ್ಸೆನ್ಸ್. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಈಗೋ ನೇಚರ್ ತೋರಿಸುತ್ತೆ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಸೊಕ್ಕಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಇದೆಯೋ ಇಲ್ವೋ ಅದು ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ, ಬಟ್ ಆ ಜೋಬಲ್ಲಿ ಕೈ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾತಾಡುವಾಗ ಅದು ಒಂದು ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಯಾರ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತಾಡುವಾಗ, ಎಲ್ಲಿಯಾದರೂ ನೀವು ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಕೊಡುವಾಗಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾರು ಟೀಚರ್ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತಾಡುವಾಗಲೇ ಆಗಲಿ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಮೂಮೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಜೋಬಲ್ಲಿ ಕೈ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಮಾತಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. ಸೊ ಅದು ಒಂದು. ದೆನ್ ಯಾರ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತಾಡುವಾಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಡ್ಡನ್ನು ಬೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಒಂದು 10 to 20 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಹೆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಅಂದರೆ ಎದುರಿಗಿನವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಎಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ಲಿಸ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಮೀ, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಗಿವ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಇವ್ರ ಲಿಸ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಇದು ಇದೆ, ಇವರು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾತು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನೋವಂಥ ಒಂದು ತಲೆಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದು ಒಂದು. ಸೊ ಅದು ನಾನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ದು ನಿಮಗೆ. ಸೊ ಗೆಸ್ಚರ್ಸು ತುಂಬ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಈ 3 ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳಿದೆ: ಫೇಶಿಯಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ನು, ಪೋಸ್ಚರು, ಗೆಸ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಅಂತ. ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಅದು ನಿಮಗೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ಸು ಮತ್ತು ಬ್ಯಾರಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. hope you have understood what I wanted to say. In the next video I am going to deal with other things, the remaining part. I'll be making a video and I will be sending to you shortly. So hope you are enjoying the class, and I want each and